So, we pick up where we left off. An empty hallway, now devoid of even people except for yourselves. You can still hear the murmurings of Lahore and his friends as they have picked a room behind you to put camp up. Um, the passageway weaves out in front of you, and all that is required is you to walk it. What do you want to do?
Well, I think it's in our best interest to be as quiet as possible.
Agreed.
Weapons out, we find the med bay. What the hell are these things in the walls? Have we heard of anything like that before?
Not off the top of my head, no.
You can roll me a survival check to see if you can piece together what little facts there are. Now, this is going to be difficult, so you'll be at a -1.
Okay, this will go well.
Um, you don't know if anything like this. Kyle, you remember looking at the claws on the ground. Remember thinking that they're weird. They're nearly human shaped, 5 fingers per hand,
Right?
uh, but deep claws. You don't know exactly because you haven't seen any other telltale signs, but it could be a bestial Necatra. Now, Necatra are basically werewolves that never turn back into people. They're human-shaped carnivores that rip and tear. You're familiar with them as you were walking around Coriolis. You saw them being used in circuses and things like that.
Ooh, that's yikes.
And I'm gonna share all that information with the other two.
Um, is it similar to our, and this is out of character, is it similar to like our world's werewolves where if you get like bitten, you turn into a
Not
werewolf?
not so much as that. It's think of it more like a Wendigo. Just a horrible thing that comes out and grabs you.
Ugh.
Um,
From the
yeah,
walls, apparently.
Yeah.
or anywhere else they want to be, really. Um, but the hallway still welcomes you forward if you want to walk it.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, no,
Contin
I'm walking forward.
Yep.
Continuing further, the lights are still nothing but emergency, red and white. Although at this point you come to a place where the walls are a little bit more decorated. You see plaster on the walls. Most of it has been shaken loose. Um, but you can see what used to be a design at this point of the room. Looks like a snake weaving up and down. And as your eyes are following it, um, your noses pick up something acidic, something that catches you. Ugh, that's a terrible scent. Um, you don't know what it is from this distance, though. It seems to be further up the wall and maybe soaked into it at some point.
Environmental scanner.
Uh, what
Yeah,
does
that
your
makes
environment?
sense. That's what I would use. I mean, I have one, but you pounced on it pretty quick, so.
My observation skills are also pretty subpar. We all have one. It's like our little phones, except they're environmental
Yeah,
scanners.
yeah. Make
I
me a
mean, if you'd
survival
like to
check with a
help.
+2,
Okay.
Can I do the same?
of course. Uh, there's something about 50 meters out, and then it flips away, going out of the range of the scanner.
Mm-mm.
And it was fast.
But there's only one way forward, and it's that way.
Seems to be, yeah. You could probably loop back around. There's a ton of hallways in this gigantic ship, but yeah.
You guys want to loop back around?
Or
How are
we
you
just
feeling?
keep moving forward. I mean, there's three of us.
You saw how fast that went, though.
That's true. That's true. I'll leave
I
it
think
up to the
Nero's our
community vote.
yeah, Nero, that's the tiebreaker.
We're trying to help these people, right? So we need to get to the med bay, right?
Yep.
Seems like the logical decision.
Which one was the logical decision?
Keep going until we get to the med bay.
Okay. Forward it is.
All right. So, continuing forward. Oh, that doesn't exist here. Okay, that's fine. Um, you continue forward. Your empty steps, the only noise you hear above the sirens. Following the plaster, the walls now begin to give a more detailed design. You're now beginning to understand why this was a luxury cruiser. Outside of the service areas, this is pretty nice. Um, of course, it was a luxury cruiser probably a century ago, but still. Um, as you are enraptured in this gorgeous design, you look and see a bloody handprint on the wall that seems to be dragged downward on it. And as you follow the blood trail, you see that there's more, a few more dots, a larger gash, and even more claw marks on the floor in front of you. There are signs of a definite scuffle that ended with one or more parties injured,
Can we see the direction the claw marks go?
straight in front of you.
Just straight front.
Mhm.
All right, I think we're gonna have to be prepared. I don't know how far up ahead this thing is, but he does not seem friendly.
Mm-mm.
Pulling out your scanners, you are comforted to know that there's nothing biological nearby, other than yourselves, of course.
I don't know if that's comforting, but we appreciate the information.
Mm-hmm.
Continuing forward, you find the first body. It appears to be one of the workers. This one appears to be one of the message carriers. This one is in a camise, bright yellow, and they are laying flat on the ground, their face unrecognizable from the claw marks. And as you look further in, you see three more bodies.
Mm.
At this point, you can see that the hallway does separate off into different rooms. It does continue off ahead, but there is a few different rooms and closets in this area.
Let's
I
check them
suppose
as
we start
quickly.
checking rooms.
Mm-hmm.
Looking into them, you can see, especially with Anira's flashlight, as you flick it on, bloody paw prints going into the vents and into the ceiling and all around. The Nakatra that killed these people left quickly without enjoying and eating their kills. Something that Kyle is very familiar with them not doing. Uh, Nakatra are a race that eat whatever they have in front of them. Uh, and they would only leave if there was something more dangerous or more tasty nearby.
Oh, this is not looking good. This is not looking good at all. He's going to take a deep sigh. Well, there's no day like the present to keep moving forward.
Mm-hmm. But checking the closets and stuff first.
Yeah.
Of
Uh,
course.
you're happy to find that there is no one hiding in the closets, just a few loose clothes. Um, You do find what looks like a hydro spanner. It looks like something that they use to shut off water pipes in the area. It could be used as a club if you needed one, but I believe everybody has a melee weapon that wants one. But if you need one, there's one here.
I don't think I have one on me right now, so I'll grab it just in case.
Yeah. It has the same stats as the one Anira has. So I will get that to you in just a moment.
One. Well, be right back for 1 sec.
All right, Zarka, here is your baton.
Thank you.
We're going to change to Hydro Spanner.
Spanner.
All
Everyone likes
right.
a good hydro spanner.
I cannot tell you a single person who doesn't like a Hydro Spanner. All right. Done. All right. So, you're happy to notice along the way that the creatures are not here. Um, Though there is blood and the scent of urine in the area, there's no nothing trying to kill you at the moment. Continuing up the road, you take a few turns and you realize you're lost. You have no idea where to go.
Of course.
Turning back the way you came could maybe lead you in the way you want to go. Maybe you could try and keep pushing forward. At this point, you don't know which direction's which. There also seems to be a ladder in this area that's going up, but it's hard to know what direction to go at this point. All these hallways look the same.
The ladder
Well,
feels kind of interesting. What were you gonna say?
that just, I mean, we could always go back to the ship, like I insinuated earlier, but you know what? What are your thoughts?
What do you think is waiting for us back at our ship? We can't leave this ship
Why not?
because we're docked.
And we fly
Someone needs to open
away.
the door. But doesn't someone need to open the dock bay for us
I
to escape?
mean, technically,
There's no power on right now. We're on emergency power. The dock bay won't open.
yeah, but at least in our ship, we've got supplies.
Would like my sitar and everything be there, Eric? Or do we remember where they went?
Your weapons would be on the bridge. Usually,
Yeah.
that's where things like this are kept in a weapon locker on the bridge. So
Mhm.
your equipment would not be on your ship, but on this ship.
Oh, that makes sense.
That follows standard Coriolis procedures.
Oh, standard.
I am not leaving without my sitar,
Of course.
as you well know.
So the bridge
Yes,
is where we need to go.
All right. Well, then I suppose we keep moving.
While you're talking to each other, you finally look up. Across the hallway, you see a lit up terminal. You don't know why you didn't see it before, but it's there, bright as day.
Well, that's strange.
All right, maybe it's like a djinn. We have to ask it 3 questions and 3 questions only. Where's the med bay? Where's the bridge?
I'm not sure that's how that works, but you know,
I think it'll work.
and I'll go right over to look at it.
This one, in stark contrast to the other one, is a wall mounted one, just a screen on the wall. Uh, you know to activate it, you need to place your hand on a sensor nearby.
Do I see that sensor?
You do.
I place my hand on it.
It comes to life as the holo display begins to project a now familiar scene. Suleiman, a old, veteran-looking man. Um, he this one, in stark contrast to the other one, wears a ceremonial headdress and shining bright eyes. The modulation of the hologram is patchy, with ghostly holes in the face and in the torso. Uh, but he makes no attempt at eye contact, staring straight ahead. You have reached the safety of Suleiman. What questions might I answer about the Ghazali for you?
About the Ghazali.
Go ahead and ask your questions.
How do we make our way to the med bay from here? Do you have schematics? Ship schematics? And I'm sorry, what do we know about the Ghazali again? Is the Ghazali the name of the ship? Is that a people?
Yes, the name of the ship.
Okay.
So, if everyone will turn their attention to
To
the
death.
Foundry, Terry, you want to bring us over to the map if at all possible.
Oh. Yes. Hold on.
Suleiman pings each one of you with a layout of the ship.
Oh.
Okay. Next question. How do we open the dock bay to get our ship off?
The dock is open.
Oh.
To exit the bay, all you need is to pray to Suleiman.
You telling me we could have been off this ship long ago? Oh, man. All right. Okay. I see med lab. I see bridge. Don't see
So
where we are.
is that where the box is? Or
That looks
You
like the
guys,
box.
you remember you started here-ish.
And then we
Mhm.
climbed.
You climbed up to a point. It's hard to know exactly where you are, but Suleiman pings right around here.
okay.
Well, damn. I
Is there
guess.
another question I may answer for you?
Yeah, what's the
Uh,
quickest way to the med lab? Like the fastest, the shortest distance between 2 points, us and med lab. I just want to get there and go.
Suleiman waves a ghostial hand, and little yellow lights begin to pop up on the floor, leading off into the distance.
There we go. Let's follow the yellow lights.
wonderful. Is there anything else we need?
Bridge is near the
Uh,
med lab, so
I may answer any question you have.
where's the nearest port? Could a gunner ship get there safely from this point in space?
The captains have locked away this knowledge. Give me your security code.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Still can't believe that's the security code. It's ridiculous. Honestly.
So good. So good.
Security officer, Wimble is not authorized to this information. Wimble, you may want to talk to your superiors to get the correct security code. If you want, you may make me a data gen test to try a new security code.
I can try it.
Damn it, Wimble. Gotta get that code upgraded.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry.
Nope.
You're scanning through it, but it's not as easy to find this one. You can pray to the messenger.
No.
Do you have a data gen, Terry?
So I don't believe so. That's why I didn't look.
I definitely
But I'm
don't.
gonna double check. I do. Let's go. And I'm praying.
Whoa!
Bite me off a piece of that. What do you say to the messenger?
All right, look, messenger. Um, I've not always been the best person to talk to. You know that. We have our issues, but I'm trying not to die, and it'd be really helpful if you could help me out just like once. I need some icon to prove themselves to me. Please.
I'll give it to you. Roll me.
I don't even know why I roll dice.
Suleiman says, unfortunately, this information is locked away.
Of course.
To answer your earlier question, the nearest safe port is the Hammurabi portal station.
Well, there we go. We'll grab our ship. We go to the nearest port.
I thought that information was locked away.
We don't know how far it is. We don't know where in space we are.
True, but we could always check our scanners.
Warning. The Ghazali's propulsion systems are offline. The readings. There are no life signs on the bridge. The ship is currently heading to the Hamura system, drifting to the Hamura star, and will reach the D zone, disintegration zone, in 18 hours.
Oh, that's great.
Large sections of the ship are already destroyed or badly damaged. Thrusters, many emergency escape pods. As it is, the Ghazali is unmaneuverable, but escape pods can be found. What few of them, but they will not make it to the Hamura system. The ship is experiencing high levels of radiation. The portal between us and the Sarubi system exploded. Much of the sensors and the control systems were destroyed. Gate makers, forgive us. I have rebooted many remaining systems and compiled to you a damage report, which he sends to your personals. No evacuation order has been given. The jump crew, including the captain, were killed instantaneously. The automatic fail-safes were burned out.
Well, this
Sounds like
got
we need to get a move on.
Yeah, that got a lot less cheery, didn't it? Ugh.
So let's take stock. The only thing stopping us from getting in our ship and leaving now is we are unsure if we have the power to get to the nearest port. How far do our sensors go? Or
They go pretty
do our,
far. And you are familiar that your ship is a long-range vessel.
Yeah.
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 You're able to make it to various star systems and probably could have made this journey by yourself, one system to the other. It's just the mission command decided that you would be aboard the Ghazali. There were other smaller ships that were outside flying around, but perhaps the Skull, your patron, insisted on better lodging for you.
Hmm. Kind of then.
So I recommend we get to the bridge, get what we need, and get off this ship.
All right. Solomon, could you also light the way from the med lab to the bridge?
The information is lost to me. The med lab, or rather the bridge, seems to be cut off.
Well, that's not eerie at all.
Sensors
Mhm.
indicate that no one aboard the bridge is alive,
We
and
might not be able to enter the bridge.
we are detecting a decompression of the area.
Oh, jeez. And that's where your sitar is, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, of course it is.
Oh, I mean, I, what? What? I could make a new one. I could make a new one.
Nah, if you need it, we'll go get it. As I said before, a little bit of death never killed anybody.
Oh, goodness. Are there any sort of atmospheric suits on board?
There are currently 32 exosuits aboard the Ghazali.
Where are they located?
Unknown.
Uh, Out of character, really quick. I had that was one of my equipment items. Was an exo shell.
Exoshell, yes.
Yeah. Um, is this something that I would have with me, or is it something we're going to have to like locate as well?
You have it on you.
Okay.
It does protect you from the vacuum of space, yes.
Okay.
Great.
I've got the equipment I need to go in decompressed areas if we are so inclined.
Class 5 modified cruise liner. Does my time at the academy, is there any sort of check I could make to see if other Class 5 cruise liners where they would keep theirs or just general, I don't know, general stuff?
Usually, actually make me a from what you would know, make me a culture check.
Okay. Nope. That
Do you
checks
want to,
out.
would you like to pray to the traveler for a second chance?
Oh, hey, Tepoli. Nice to see ya.
No, I think we'll be okay. That would have been nice, but I wasn't the most well studied at the academy, as you all know.
So, you unfortunately don't know.
All right. Okay. The lights that Solomon did put on for us.
Yeah,
Uh,
they seem to lead to the med lab, or at least that's what he's saying they do.
Anira, Kyle, any more questions?
No, I mean, if we can get to the med lab, we can figure it out from there since the bridge isn't too far based on that diagram you had for us.
Hmm.
Agreed.
All right. So to the med lab. Making your way through the halls, you find your way through various winding corridors, past rooms. You check them out a few times. But now you know you're on a time crunch. 18 hours is all you have to live if you don't get off the ship within 18 hours. That's it.
Uh,
You walk following the yellow lights for a few minutes, walking up some stairs, around a corridor. Finally, you make your way to a room that's brightly lit. You see green neon lights to one side. You see the cross that promises safety. You find the med lab. The plasteel door is closed, and on the inside you can see someone is sitting in the floor. Um, it appears to be a middle-aged woman. You can't see too much of her face. Um, she is dressed in a large thwab, which is a long robe with a accompanying headdress. You also see a dupatta wrapped around her face, keeping her face hidden from you. And cheap costume jewelry dangle from the sides of the
Hmm.
Dupata. The door seems to be unlocked. The display reads open. What do you want to do?
You go in.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
It's probably the best bet.
So, as Act 2 begins, we come out of the darkness and into the med labs, and I receive 3 darkness points.
Ah!
So, you walk in. The Liners Med Lab is a hastily upgraded trauma lab that was upgraded shortly before departure. You can see that there is uh, about 2 or 3 treatment areas, as well as the equipment to do so robotically. Although you would imagine in a ship this size, there would also be a on-staff doctor as well. Um, You do see that it would have been beautiful back in its day. Extensive carpets on the floor and a colorful mosaic on the wall. You look above you and you see the large arched ceilings with a mosaic on it as well. But everything now is dirty and chipped and faded. You can see that the walls are made of soundproof ceramic, designed to look like sandstone. As the door opens with a tss, you are immediately hit with a smell of disinfectant, as well as a soothing aroma of cedar wood, as if someone was burning some incense. You can see a few statues of the Lady of Tears watching over the patients in the room, accompanied by a judge in the center around the operating table. Uh, you do see on the other side, where the woman is sitting, there is a waiting room, a large open room with patterned carpets, with very few bits of its original furniture still intact. A chair here, a couch there. You can see magazines from 50 years ago or so. Um, you do see a spiral staircase that leads up, uh, as well as a elevator to one side of the room. Um, You can also see that there's an additional storage room as well. Um, as you walk in, the woman on the floor looks up at you, but she doesn't say anything. She just looks at you uh, and pulls from her bag what looks to be a large sugar orb.
What's a sugar orb? Is that like a grenade?
No, so it's like a crystal ball made of sugar.
She
Interesting.
likes her sweets. Does she do like? Is she pointing it at us, or she's just holding it?
She's just holding it.
Hey
Hi,
there. Oh, yeah, I'll let you talk. You lead the way.
I'm the captain, Zarga Yurik of the Gilgamesh. We're over on the docking bay. Somehow everyone has been burnt to a crisp except for several people. Are you okay?
Um, She turns to you, her eyes catching you. She has dark skin, captivating, really. The makeup on her face is smudged in some places. The costume jewelry hang here and there. She uh she doesn't stand up as she reaches out a hand. I am Kohumina. A pleasure to meet you, Captain Zarka.
Kohumina. Beautiful name.
Wait, quick question.
Yeah,
Um, she said her name was. Say her name again.
Kohomina or Komina.
And then she said captains of.
No,
She was talking to me.
yeah, she was
Yeah.
talking. It was nice to meet you, Zarka, Captain of the Gazali, because Zarka just introduced herself.
Gotcha. Understood.
It's a nice
Uh,
ship, but
you muted yourself there for a second, Alexis. You're unmuted now. I heard that's a nice ship, but anything before that, it was lost. Just so you know.
yes, it's. Can you hear me? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Ghazali is a beautiful ship. It's not my ship. My ship is the Gilgamesh. It's much smaller. Um,
It's right on the dock, actually.
it's right on the dock.
Right on the dock.
Are you waiting here? What? How did? And Zarka just kind of keeps explaining nothing and just lost for words. Do you work here? Where is everyone?
Uh, I'm a traveler. I come only to uh, find my place in the world. And as the icons will it, I believe I have found it. But I am not the only one who is here. The one called Sabitha Puar. She's in the back, going through the supplies.
Sabita, huh? And
Yeah.
how long you been in this room?
Few moments. It seemed a adequate place to await the icon's grace.
Look, can I ask you a question, if you don't mind? You look a little busy, but I feel like I've got to ask you this. You see anything else come this way?
I have not, no. The fortunes I've read speak of ill omens, of death, and whatever has not come for us will come soon. Or
Well,
we will arrive.
that thing's got some claws.
I'm sorry, you said you were. Are you a mystic?
Yes, I am.
Oh,
As I said, I am Kohomina. I'm from Murabi, a little town called Lubao. Over the last few segments, I began developing clairvoyance. It is not the thing I am well trained in, but I have my talents. If you would like your fortune told, I would be happy to ask the icons for a vision.
or I'll take all the vision we can get right now. We're pretty blind in here.
I am a little more satisfied with not knowing what the future holds. I'd rather deal with the here and now personally.
Also, what's the sugar ball? I feel like I thought that's what you were gonna ask about, Kyle, honestly.
It's an orb. It's about a head size. It's a crystal ball. Why it's called a
Um,
large sugar globe in this world, I don't know, but I'm just reading it off the paper.
okay. Okay. So not fully
Why, do
unfamiliar.
you want one? Are you looking to purchase one there, Zerica?
I kind of want to lick it.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
I kind of want to lick it. Yeah,
You are welcome to it.
here, Kyle and Arena, why Anira, sorry. Opposite way of saying your
Yeah.
name. Why don't you guys take a look around and I'll sit with Kohomina,
Why
see
don't
if
I
there's
go help
anything.
your friend in the back? Would that be okay?
Do as you like.
All right.
The Lady of Tears will find us sooner or later, and we will
Well,
have to pass the judgment.
I have no idea what that refers to, but I appreciate you thinking about me. I'm gonna go check on this other person if that's okay with you too.
Sounds
Mhm.
great.
And he's gonna slip out his pistol.
Mm.
Yeah.
And he
Oh,
heads.
Kohomina, I have to warn you. In 18 hours, this ship is going to be decimated.
it's sooner than I expected. Good.
Good. Why good?
I had wandered my place in this horizon for so very long. When the clairvoyance came to me, I knew there was something that would have to happen for me to gain forgiveness from the icons. And now I have found it. My absolution through fire. I will go to the sun and emerge cleansed, as will you and your friends.
No, thank you. No,
I
thank you for thinking that. It's very kind, but we do not plan to be decimated on this
typically
ship.
prefer a hot shower to sun cleansing
Yeah.
personally.
You know, I play a pretty good satyr. Maybe you are to be cleansed by some fire tunes.
I had thought that maybe something like that would happen, but no. I have seen it in the stars. We will burn here, and there is no reason to run.
So you're just going to give up.
I'm not giving up on anything. In fact, I am patiently waiting for what I want. As that's happening, KO, you walk into the back, the door shuts behind you, and you're actually in the operating room. To the side, you can see the storage room door is open, and all you can see is someone's leg dressed in black and white space gear, um, and a trail of smoke coming out of the room. It smells of tobacco.
All right. All right. I'm just hey, anybody in here?
Uh, the body quickly moves, and I need you to make me a dexterity check.
Oh, I can do that. Dexterity. I'll Yeah, that's about how things have been going.
Would you like to pray to the dancer?
Look, you know what? Why not? I've been praying all night. So far, hasn't worked. So let's
As
do it.
the non-religious member, bite me off a piece of this third prayer.
Ugh. All right. All right. Look, your buddies have decided that I am beyond saving, and it has been this way time and time again. Look, there are reasons people believe in you. I just haven't seen it yet, so if it's possible, I would really appreciate it right now.
All right, bite me off or roll it. There we go.
All right.
So that's a limited success with one. So you both pull out your pistols at the same time and press them against each other's foreheads.
I see you're thinking the same that I was. I hate to tell you, though, I generally shoot first.
If you shoot, it'll be the last one you ever do.
Well, maybe, but I mean, honestly, I've got a
How
couple
about
friends in the other room. At least I think they're friends, mostly because my memory isn't fully back yet, and things are swishy swashy. So, here, look. Tell you what. Let's talk this out. You want to tell me why you got a gun pointed at my head?
I'll tell you this: you put your gun down, I'll put mine.
Oh man, no, that is one way of doing things. I thought about that, but that ain't gonna work because right now I put my gun down. I'm dead, and you put your gun down. Well, you'll still be living because I don't like to shoot people.
I'm about to take you at your word then.
No. I mean, we could dance. I just prayed to the dancer, and look, look. You do understand that this whole ship's like 17 hours. It's gone, right?
17 hours, you say? And she will stow her pistol back into her holster.
Oh
This is a
well.
lot sooner than I thought.
So did you do this? You did this? You did this?
No, no, of course not. No, I woke up from stasis a little more than an hour ago. My name is Sabitha Poir, and I would very much like you to put your pistol down, as I have so courteously done.
You have a valid point. You have a valid point. He flips it around and slides it back into his hidden compartment.
That is a very fancy piece of equipment.
Yeah, yeah. Well, took a little bit of surgery to get to, but look, it's neither here nor there. Name's
Uh,
Kale Venick, pilot, and don't tell the captain, but usually the captain of the ship. She likes to think she is, and we play this little game sometimes where we say she is, but yeah. Look, we're just here looking for some supplies. She wants her sitar back. We got to go to the bridge for that, but you trying to get out of here? You plan on staying on this ship? You tell me what's going on?
I'm definitely trying to get off. And at this point, you get a good look at her. She is a confident woman in her prime. She has dyed white hair that you remember comes from the Tasuga pits. And she wears her hair in a long braid down her back. You see the arm that she was holding out to you with her pistol in it was a cheap cybernetic arm um, after some long ago accident. Uh, with that hand, she pulls out a Arash flavored cigarello. And as she does so, she's surrounded by a cloud of sweet smoke. Um, she takes a puff of it in the moment. All I need is my equipment and a ship off of this junker.
Oh, well. I mean, yeah, that's kind of like where we're at, right? I mean, we got the ship, but we just got to get our stuff. Well, mainly one of us
So
has
you
to.
have a ship. Uh, was yours one of the ones that were sucked out into space? Because that's where mine is now.
I don't know anything about the god. I hope not. That'd be bad. Ooh, I was told to avoid going to the ship due to the possibility of beasts there. Uh,
Oh, there were no beasts when I went. I went for my own ship, but I found that when the Zafira exploded, it took a large part of the ships with them. What was yours called?
Gilgamesh, it's a nice name.
I did not see it, but that does not mean it's not there. I didn't stay long.
Well, truth be told, if it gets sucked out, of course you wouldn't see it. It'd be in space. I mean, it's yeah. But
Th-
look, I've got to
There
look.
is a ship down there, though.
Well, good.
One of them called Fatima's Bounty. I'm just
Oh,
looking for the keys. And I'll get off this junker.
in the med lab? I don't think they're gonna be in the med lab.
I wasn't looking for them here. I was looking for something better than this. And she'll hold up her cybernetic. I found a couple of them. And as she takes a sip or takes a toke off of her cigarella, she points to the table, and there are four uh, cybernetic hands on the table.
Yeah, take those off other people, or
Found them in the crate.
oh, that's good. He brushes his forehead. I would have been impressed that you'd managed to rip them off people, but well, and then prepare them for yourself. But look. Maybe we can help each other out. You help us to get where we need to go. We can probably get you off this place.
I don't see why not.
Look, look. I believe in hope, but I believe in believe. I think we can get out of here.
All right. Well, all I can say is don't listen to that shitty fortune teller. That lady is already ready to die.
Yeah, I mean, some people have places to be. And he's gonna kind of step to the side and allow her to go in front of him.
Yeah, she'll walk in the room with you. Um, so Anira and Zarka, you see Kale walk back in the room with this stunningly beautiful woman.
And Kale's just smiling.
Zorka starts choking on something.
I made a new friend.
Oh, wonderful. Does your new friend know the way to the bridge?
I mean,
I knew what it was before it got sucked out into space.
yeah, your sitar might have issues.
Well, the bridge is still there. The path that they know of was an elevator, and it got out to the roof.
Yeah.
And she'll knock on the elevator beside you. Gone.
Empty shaft.
I'm sure there's a floor at the bottom if you wanted to go see that, but don't
I
recommend it.
meant climbing.
Oh yeah, no chance. Um, at this point, you see someone knocking on the door. Thunk, 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 thunk. And it's like from the other side of glass. Let us in! We're survivors!
It's unlocked.
Shit! And a man walks in the door. And
Bane.
he walks in confidently, strutting around. He wears a monochrome camise with matching old Zenithian style shoulder cape off to the side. His gauntlets are alight with various LEDs. Um, he doesn't seem to have a weapon on him, but he's a tall, stern man with a well-trimmed beard and intense eyes.
Romantic.
So, you're the ones I'll get off this bucket.
Why does
That's the
everybody
goal.
keep saying that?
Surely you've talked to Suleiman. The ship's crashing. No good. I'm Komoro Vi. You can just call me leader if you like.
Leader.
Did
I have some words I'd call you, but I don't think anybody here would take too kindly to it.
Kale leads into Zarka. Did he say lederhosen?
I think so.
I haven't heard that term in so long. I didn't think
know.
people still I mean, I've read it in the history books, but
There's
If
that
you-
one planet. There's that one planet that still wears it as a tradition.
right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
No, yeah.
The pinkish ocean one. Yeah.
Oh, right,
Mhm.
right.
Yeah.
What do you think of my new date?
I mean, she literally took my breath away. Did you
Okay.
see that? I
She's
started choking.
she's gotta come on our ship. I offered it already, just so you're aware.
Oh, that's fine. I figured everyone's gonna escape with us.
All
How
right.
many people did their ship hold?
Well, you look, we at least 4.
I can see you're talking about how awesome I am and what you think my credentials are. I'll have you know, I, Komoro Vi, went to Legion's cadet school. And I've worked as a free trader here in these parts for a long time.
Right, I have the same exact credentials. So, are you gonna help us get off the ship or not?
Help you? I plan to lead you all to an escape.
Oh, goodness gracious. Do you know how to get to the bridge from here?
Yes, I do.
He's very, very specific. I say under the breath once again.
Well, lead our hose in the way.
I am so tired after my long jaunt. Take me just a moment. And besides, one of the other survivors will join me in just a moment. He was catching his breath at the stairwell. Brother
Hmm.
Ramas, I'm sure you're familiar.
Am I
Are we
familiar?
familiar? Yeah.
No, not at all.
No.
Hmm.
Oh yeah,
And this is my
no, brother,
magical.
brother Vamas. Yeah, no, yeah, no, yeah. You remember brother Vamas, right?
Oh, yes, yes.
Right,
And this
Zarka?
is Sister Anira. She flies, but
Yeah,
only sometimes.
yeah, no, yeah, brother
Haven't you heard of
Vamas.
her?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I'm going to take a seat for a moment and make a plan that'll get us off this lug.
Wonderful. So good. In the meantime, Eric, can we start grabbing some supplies for the people, like if we can figure out what might help them? Wasn't there like a skin thing that they were having?
Yeah, so
Looking for
there's
anti-radiation medicine if all possible.
Oh, and if they
uh
have any of those doses, the that are like the potions for this.
yeah, so you look around and in the nearby patient room blue, you find 10 M extra M doses.
Wonderful.
You also find a biomonitor and a med kit,
Oh,
Oh,
as well as an additional 10 M doses, extra M doses.
with
I don't
all
know
of
why
our
those were separated, but total of 20 extra M doses.
we'll split it between us. I guess. Well, I forget.
Uh,
I don't know which of us got it, but
as you begin to walk out with it, Komura walks out, goes, I know we're all looking out for ourselves, but I think we should leave some of it for the patients here.
Hey, the ship is crashing. Those patients, they'll be fine soon enough.
we'll just anyone we see, we'll just
See,
pick them up on the way.
this is why you're not cut out to be a leader. Already cutting people off.
Fine, leave three behind.
At this point, the door opens and a tall gentleman walks in. He's a man nearing his 40s, wearing Samaritan's traditional robes, white with a headpiece, a gutra, if you're familiar with that. Um, he wears a part of his robe actually has two eyes, part of the judge's symbol. Um, he walks in, takes a look around. How good that there are so many survivors. I was fearful when I woke up from stasis that there would be fewer.
There's more on our way back. We promised we'd go back and get them. Um,
Judge be praised for her benevolence, that though she took many, many were spared. I am Brother Ramas of the Judge's church.
Judge's Church.
I'm devoted to healing those who might find themselves injured. You may think of me as a doctor in case you fall ill.
Ooh. Are you skilled at staying alive in complicated situations?
Wherever I go, I walk with the grace of the icons. If they deem me necessary, I will not die.
Looks over to Gael and says, "So no." So no. Okay. We are going to the bridge. We will make our way back here for anyone that wants to go but doesn't want to join. But if you want your things, you should probably come with us in case we end up running for our lives at some point because there's things in the walls and weird acid, and I just want to go
And
home.
intense levels of radiation. Don't
Yes,
forget that part.
yes, and we do not know when the next one will hit.
Basically microwaved everyone down below.
Okay. So looking at the ship's schematics, or that we received, there's an elevator that leads to the bridge from here.
There was, at least.
There was at least. Um, if we head towards the cabins, there might be another. Didn't we pass a ladder earlier?
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe we could go through the ventilation system. I'm not sure. Either way, I mean, you have an exosuit. Oh, maybe you guys know that. Kimura and brother, any chance you know where exosuits might be?
Uh,
Maybe.
Brother Ramos says, down the stairwell, past the way I came, you'll find a few exosuits. They're in the locker on the wall. There's only two of them, though.
You're
Uh,
muted. You're
we can't hear you,
muted.
Terry.
Big thank you to the Raiders from D and Denial. Thank you guys for
Thank you,
coming by.
Raiders!
Let's just roll for perception, and we're currently, well, we're about to crash into a sun or something similar.
We love that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah.
Down the hallway, you'll find two. Although be warned, that section looked to be unstable at best. Um, as you all are talking, one of the intercoms on the wall begins to buzz to life.
Oh. Yeah, so I'm gonna go over to the intercom. I'm gonna
Yep.
look back at Anira. You mind if I press some buttons?
Knock yourself out.
All right. Although knocking myself out might be a bad idea. I mean,
I don't mean literally. I mean, you can press the buttons.
of
Yeah,
course,
go
should
ahead,
have
roll
realized
it.
that. That's my fault. Gotta think like a goldfish. Think like a goldfish. All right. I'm gonna listen to the intercom and see if I can connect with somebody there.
So it's muffled, and you have to kind of put your ear up against it.
Yeah.
You hear, "This is Coria Yoharis," and then suddenly it blares to life. Can anybody hear me? We're trapped in the chapel, and we can't get out. We can't reach the escape pod. There are no exos. We're running out of air. Can anyone hear me?
Can I figure out which button to press so that they can hear me?
Yeah. You find a button nearby.
We can hear you. You're in the chapel. That doesn't sound good. Is anybody injured?
Yes, there are a few injured. Air is limited. The wall outside us is breached, and we're losing oxygen quickly. We have maybe 30 minutes.
Okay.
Hey, father guy. You know where the chapel is?
I am not the priest of this ship, but yes, head down the hallway to the east and walk up the stairs. Remember when I said that it was sketchy that direction? That is what I meant. There is a hull breach.
All right, so us three will put on exosuits.
There's only
And
two
we'll,
exosuits.
I have
yes,
one.
she has one already.
That's right.
Uh, could you three plot out any other alternate routes to the bridge in the meantime? I say to Kimura, Brother Ramas, and Kohomina. Or no, Sobita.
I'm sorry, one more time. I may have been reading something.
I look to the three individuals that want to live, so everyone but Kohomina. So it's Sobita, Kimura, and Brother Ramas.
Yeah.
Can you find another route to the bridge? We'll go to the chapel with the exosuits. If you can find a route to the bridge, we can go there afterwards.
Sabetha, she walks up first and is immediately stepped in front of by Komoro.
Ugh.
I'll find a way to the bridge, don't you worry. I'll keep us all safe. I once survived a situation just like this.
Mm. Oh, goodness me. How fortunate we are that the icons blessed us with this meeting.
You don't even know how
hmm
blessed you are.
And I look at Sabitha and I say, I just actually just kind of give her a look like, please, please,
Sabetha will turn to you.
Tabitha.
Uh, or Sabetha. I'm not certain how to say it. It's not a name I say often. Sorry
How's it
to
spelled?
anybody. Sabetha.
Sabitha.
So Bisa would be my assumption based on the
Yeah.
spelling.
I'm thinking that too, but I did. Anybody who has this name, I'm very sorry for butchering it. If I did, and if I didn't, cool. Um, I am going to spend a darkness point.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Sabetha nods and says, "I'll do my best."
What'd you use the darkness point for? Do we know?
I
Did you
didn't.
tell?
I didn't tell you, so you don't
Ah!
know. Just know a darkness point has been spent.
Oh God.
It was for extra politeness.
It was for extra politeness. Yeah. She needs
Yes.
it for that. All right. We get everyone off. Ready?
Um, the voice from the intercom comes over. Are you coming to help us or not?
Yeah, no, we're definitely on the way.
I was a little forward before. We have oxygen, it seems, for a few more hours. We just got the readings back. But the sooner the better. um, so, do you head to the chapel?
I would like to.
Yeah.
All right. So, walking to
Well,
the chapel.
exoskeletons first.
Yeah,
Or
so,
exosuits, sorry. Yeah.
yes, definitely going to need the exosuits. So, walking up down the hallway, you're thankful for Suleiman's yellow lights because it provides a lot more light into the room than the yellow, or I'm sorry, the white and red emergency lights. You come to the lockers that he was talking about. Uh, you find two in there, two exosuits.
Nice.
They are they're just your average ordinary exosuits. They allow you to breathe in space with no other added benefits. They
My
have
horns are so tight in here.
Yeah, I'm putting one on. I'm putting one on, and I got my handy hand jet with me too.
yeah. So, with your exos on, you walk up the stairs, and you are immediately thankful that you do Because you see on the other side of a door through the plasteel, there is void between you and the next door frame. Once this is open, your air will run out quickly. Fortunately, there seems to be two more exos on the other side of the door. But before we can find out what we're going to do there, we're going to call this session to a close.
Ah!
As the
Sorry.
survivors in the church, their lives hang in the balance to what these three do here and now.